I see smiling faces amongst our graduating children. Ladies and gentlemen, as alluded to by the principal, this is a special day. Special day for every one of us. All of us who are related, either directly or indirectly, to the education sector. Special day for principal. Under her leadership, under the leadership of the school teachers, they can see children acquiring a body of knowledge over a period of 1 year. It's a proud moment for the teachers to see in front of them children working out of this college with new knowledge. It's a different feeling. We are empowering children with education to improve their life. It's a great day for teachers. It's a special feeling for management, who years back constructed this school with the aim of getting students and educating them. Those days back, they had a vision that their children, future generation, should have access to a high school here, closer to their home, and they will pass through. Some 5-6 decades back, having high school in your neighborhood was not a normal thing. Parents in those days were deprived of education because there was no schools around. But they made sure that future generation, their children, their grandchildren, will not face the same problem. And therefore, they sacrifice their personal time, their resources, finances, to construct schools throughout Fiji. And you'll note that apart from 12 schools, the rest of the schools throughout Fiji were constructed by members of the community of faith-based groups. Throughout Fiji, a unique model, primarily to ensure that unlike them, their children or future generations in this country will not be deprived of primary and high school education. Ladies and gentlemen, since then we have gone a long way. We have made huge progress in the education sector. Today, we've got 3 universities: a regional university, a national university, and a private university, and a number of other technical tertiary institutions, all designed to ensure that space is no longer an issue, all designed to ensure that children's aspiration for higher education is not compromised. To the extent that we now have campuses of technical college throughout Fiji to fit into the aptitude of those children who have technical education in their interest. And through technical college, they can go to university and acquire an engineering degree. This is the level of investment that we have made in education. Our government is a leader in education amongst small states region. No other government amongst the small states region in the Pacific, Caribbean, and the small states African region is investing close to a quarter of its budget on education. No other government. The international benchmark set by UNESCO is that we must at least allocate 14% of the overall budget towards education. We are investing a quota, 25%. That demonstrates the deep commitment this government has on education. Never before, this level of opportunities were there for children. This level of opportunities, not in our time. Ladies and gentlemen, our government, the Bainimarama government, believes firmly that the prosperity of future Fiji lies in educating our children. The stability and security of future Fiji lies in ensuring that everyone is educated so that our children who will become future citizens of Fiji will not be used by the select few for their own personal agendas. Because these children who will be future Fiji will be educated, will make decisions based on logic, based on reasoning, and then based on their ability to analyze and separate facts versus myths. Ladies and gentlemen, our government wants future Fiji to be firmly pegged on the base of knowledge. Hence, a knowledge-based Fijian society. Ladies and gentlemen, when we look at data, we get a bit concerned. As I said, no longer we see there's any obstacle for education. Free education for EC, early childhood education. Free education to primary, secondary, and first degree of university. But still we see absenteeism rate. On an average, any particular school on a day, 8% of the students are absent. I don't see what may be the reason. I can accept 1%, 2%, but 8% absenteeism is very high. 8% absenteeism is very high. Ladies and gentlemen, about 17,000 students pass through year 8. About 6,000 students pass through year 13. What happens to other 9,000 students? About 17,000 students pass through year 8. And about 6,000 students pass through year 13. 17 and 4, 7 and 4, 11,000 students, they disappear on the way. If we concern, we want all students to complete year 13 and then look at whether they would want to go to technical college, university, or start up a business. It is for this reason that we have made continuous progression up to year 12. So we will need to see where the problem lies. Bus fare is no longer an issue. Textbook purchasing is no longer an issue. And tuition fee is no longer an issue. We want parents to start engaging with school management, school teachers. We want parents to start taking ownership of the child's education, growth and development. Next year, we want to place a lot of emphasis on parental engagement, our pillar 4. We have invested a lot and we are continuously investing on fine-tuning the quality of education that we are offering. As the principal alluded to earlier on, we want to ensure that the students that graduate out of our education system are not irrelevant to the contemporary labor market, contemporary economy. Students must be relevant. And on this front, we are ensuring that we pick up some of the needs of the contemporary economy and ensure that our education system is tweaked so that those things are included and we are able to address those needs. We cannot use the textbooks that we used in our days to teach current generation of students. We cannot remain oblivious to developments in the IT area. We need to ensure that every student who graduates out of our primary school and high school system have basic IT knowledge. Every firm, every business, every entrepreneur requires students to have IT skills. In this regard, we are doing a lot of things and will be unveiling and rolling out projects to ensure that our students do have basic foundation IT skills. Ladies and gentlemen, we want parents to start engaging in supporting our children. Our children have been pushed onto the school system only. Education begins at home. Education is not only about teaching chemistry or biology or physics, it's also about securing future Fiji. And therefore, virtuous education begins at home. Parents cannot push that responsibility or hive off that responsibility to the school system. Our teachers are doing extremely well, but parents must play their responsibility, their role. Education begins at home. You cannot shy away. Children are searching for love and care, and they must be provided with by parents. Otherwise, they'll search for love and care outside. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a rise in child abuse and neglect. We want our parents to be vigilant. We want our parents to ensure that the children do get the support, mentoring, care and love, so that mentally they are stable to prepare for the education. We can do that much, but we need complete support from our most important stakeholder, parents. Without their support, we will not be able to deal with the kinds of problems that we are facing now that we didn't face when we were in the school system some 3 decades back. So ladies and gentlemen, it's important that we support our children. Our children are facing those kinds of challenges that never existed before in the education system in Fiji. Drug abuse, substance abuse, child abuse, neglect, harassment, social media onslaught. All this never existed before. And therefore, it was much easier for students to concentrate on the studies. It was much easier for us to raise our children. But the situation now is very different. And therefore, it requires a lot of support and mentoring and guidance by parents. And we will continue to remind parents of their responsibility. Otherwise, we will not be able to raise children the way we want to and prepare them for future Fiji. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a very special day for our children today. As I said, it's a special day for all stakeholders. But today, we see and we want to publicly acknowledge children, students who are high achievers. Awards is a day where we recognize high achievers. We are having this day because we want competition in our school system. We want competition because with competition, we will be able to push the benchmark, the frontier for excellence. Without competition, academic performance will remain stagnant. And therefore, we arouse competition by having Awards Day. That is the primary function of Awards Day, is to arouse competition amongst children so that they'll continue to raise their benchmark of academic excellence. Today we'll be recognizing those high achievers, but that doesn't mean the others are not doing well. What it means is that the others can move up because the benchmark is way above. And secondly, the benchmark will continue to rise because competition will push the benchmark further up. So today, apart from recognizing the high achievers, we also want to send a message to the others that you need to raise your benchmark because otherwise you will not be able to differentiate yourself with the rest. And if you are not able to differentiate yourself with the rest through high achievement, then in a competitive market, you'll be left behind. With these words, I want to assure you that our government is committed. Our government is committed to ensure that every child's dream is realized. We have 226,000 students in our education system. We are ready to take them through a journey to prosperity. But we can do so much. Your performance will be determined by you. We can provide you with the infrastructure. We can provide you with the framework. We can provide you with the environment. We can provide you with the resources. But the performance will depend on you alone. We're talking to the parents. We're talking to the school teachers and principal. We're talking to the management. Rest is yours. Again, I want to reiterate our government's commitment to take you through to university, to make you a successful entrepreneur, or to allow you to join labor market. But you need to excel. You need to work hard. You need to show your commitment. Once a child came and asked me, "Sir, if I want to become a minister like you, what should I do?" I said, "I'll tell you what you shouldn't do." I said, what you should do is given. You should excel in your studies. You should be extra, hardworking, committed, and be best in your area. But don't do all those things which will haunt you later on. Don't post unnecessary things on Facebook and social media which people will circulate later on. Don't say those things that is not accepted in society. Don't harm anyone. And people will circulate those things. Don't do those things that you can do later on. And do those things that you can't do later on, but you can only do now. You can only be in high school now. You can only be in primary school, those primary school students now. You can't get back, rewind your age later on. So leave those things that adults do for your adult time. Do what you're supposed to do now, because you can't unwind yourself later on. With these words, I want to wish you all the best. And I'm sure you all can be very successful in your life. Thank you, Naka and Dhanwad.
year we received donations from Reddy and Blue, who donated library books, both fiction and non-fiction. It would have
Monica Devi. Shayal Salvina Kumari. Let us show our appreciation. In Fiji Year 10 Certificate Exam 2015 is Natasha Zia Yusuf Singh.
okay.
The highest score. The highest scorer, India Singh. The best in Tibet, this particular student is doing his Divishek Prasad. Now, moving further to the Principal's Award, the criteria is